Hey, Nick, we're live.
Hey, we're here. And we got a new podcast studio this week.
Isn't it pretty cool?
It is pretty sweet.
We don't look like ghosts anymore, do we?
No, we don't.
Hey, welcome to Salt City Live Racing. We're here to answer some questions tonight. Nick, get to a chat line up there going. We'll get that rocking and rolling. Here to answer your questions. If you have some on the chat line stuff, got a few announcements to make, keeping you up to date on everything that's going on at the big track. We'll be heading over there tomorrow to work with Zener Electric on a few things over there electrical wise. So Dusty Moore and his crew from Zener will meet us over there in the morning. So Dusty, again, thank you for everything you're doing to help us get the lights working and that sort of thing for the flag guy and all that good stuff too. So it's kind of fun, right?
Yeah, very much fun. It's coming along. We're almost there.
And countdown is on, basically 23 days. So got a couple things to talk about. Kyler Fetter is going to be calling in here shortly from Dodge City, and also our promoter for Salt City Racing. He's going to call in and give us an update what's going on at Dodge City because it's their opening weekend.
Yeah, starts tomorrow. They start with open practice tomorrow night and racing Friday and Saturday. We will be there Saturday night when the modifieds run, and really looking forward to it. Excited.
Yeah, going to be fun and everything else too. So we get Kyler on the line here shortly, and we'll see exactly what's happening. Yes, Delbert, there's excitement in the air as always. So, so anyway, kind of give you an update. If you haven't tuned in lately or whatever, the track is. We were over there last week, and the track looks really good. There's a little bit of rain and stuff happened over there last couple of weeks, and was kind of worried if it did anything to the track, and it really didn't do anything to it whatsoever. Those that you know, we are bringing Mike Van Genderen back in on that Thursday. He will help us prep the track and everything else on Thursday, and he'll be there also Friday. I want to make sure you racers, as we come out of the gate, we've got you a racing surface that is second to none. I think we're going to have it, but we never know till we put the cars out there and go race.
No, we won't, but I'm pretty confident that we will have an awesome racing surface.
So anyway, we'll be waiting for Tyler to dive in here in just a little bit and give us an update on Dodge City from that part. But first of all, let's go right back through again, everybody that's watching and listening and everything. We've got some great sponsors putting behind us so far. Love to get some more, but we're just working with the existing ones we have with Murphy Tractor and Equipment. Curtis and Dan, can't thank those guys enough over there. So if you're looking for any kind of equipment or whatever from Murphy Tractor and Equipment, those guys are fantastic. They've done a great job bringing us the grader, the sheep's foot,
yes,
and a lift and a front loader and stuff too. So can't thank those guys enough. It's going to be fun and exciting when we have Murphy Tractor and Equipment night out there 3 nights this year.
Yep, those guys are lifesavers. So great group of people.
Richardson Brothers Construction, they have done so much over there in Hutch for us, helping us line things up and everything else too. They brought us the big green tractor with the box blade on the back, so it's going to be a great track packer. That's for dang sure. You going to drive that, Nick?
Yeah, I'm going to drive it.
Well, we're going to first get you off the racetrack first. You don't mess the racetrack up.
No, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to drive it on the racetrack.
All right, I got you. So anyway, they brought over that. So anyway, Richard Brothers Construction, thank you again for everything there. Hampel Oil helping us with a little bit of fuel. You'll see their fuel tank sitting out there in the middle. That's what's keeping all this stuff running. Boy, we like we said before, we did burn up some diesel fuel. We're getting ready to burn up some more. So
lots of diesel fuel.
Anyway, this week, Mike from Ox Equipment and Andale Construction went over. And if you want to drive by the north side of the State Fair Road, I believe that's what they call it. You'll see the forms where they poured, I believe, 6 new panels for the walls. Again, I think we only got to get a couple of them put up. We got to get that dialed in yet, Nick. We're going to get that handled and stuff too. Get those walls. There's a couple of sections we need to get replaced from that part
Beat
too.
Your Wheaties. They're going to be heavy when we have to lift them up.
Exactly. Agri Center helping us with the side by sides. We're picking up our first one and heading to Dodge City. They're going to make the first one to be the EMT and fire, and we're going to share that between Dodge City and Hutch. So that one will be getting out there. If we'll be able to run that on Dodge City Friday and Saturday this week, out there for those guys. So Agri Center there in South Hutch, and of course just opened a new store in Salina. So can't thank those guys enough for helping us getting the side by sides going too. Construction Rentals, we're going to go over the one evening here shortly in the dark and just see if we need some more lights. But I think we do. The guys at the fair. Ground maintenance people don't seem to think so, but I want to make sure we have enough light back there on that back straightaway to help the racers make sure they can see and everything else too from that part. So we'll go over in the dark one of these evenings and turn the lights on and just kind of see what it's doing from that part. And again, talked about Zener Electric already. Those Dusty and his crew. Thank you guys very much for stepping up and helping us with all electrical. And if we get those lights turned on, we'll see if we need any help with those lights too from that part. And BG Products. And, of course, we've got a great relationship with those guys here at Mel Hamilton Ford. They stepped up with some sponsorship money and stuff. We're going to have some BG product nights out there, too. And I've always said if you don't have some good stuff in your BG in your car to make your car run longer, you need some BG products in there for sure. They're great products. They're not snake oil, and not a technician in a can, that's for sure. So anyway, Nick, okay. Not sure where Kyler's at. He must have got tied up something in Dodge City, but he's got a big, exciting weekend with the sprint cars and everything. 5,000 a win.
Yeah, man, that is awesome.
So if you're not needing something to do Saturday night, you need to come out in Dodge City and watch things go Friday and Saturday night in Dodge City. Hopefully Kyler will get caught on the phone here. We'll get him up to date. He can tell you everybody what's going on at Dodge City and all that good stuff too. So, all right, let's go into practice. We put out a contest.
Yep. And we're going to switch it up.
Well, and we're going to switch it up due to, what do we call it? Demand. Excitement.
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
And excitement.
We first went out and said, post your picture. Who got the most votes? The top 2 classes could race and practice on that Thursday night before. Talked to Mike, and he would love to have a few more cars and stuff. So I made a phone call to Brian at the Kansas State Fair and talked to him about it today. And we want to see how much interest, how many people would really want to come practice. I need a good car count from that part. It looks like we had about 30 some pictures posted the other day,
30
trying to vote to get going. But we need to get a car count. So please, racers, I need you to get on Salt City Racing at My Race Pass and let's get registered. We got quite a few drivers out there now, but we need to get everybody registered up as best we can.
If you want to practice, post your picture in the same post that we put up last week about practice. And in order to qualify, we're going to see how many cars we get. And then in order to qualify, you will need to be registered for Hutch on My Race Pass. And just a reminder, it is absolutely free to get registered up. We're not going to charge you anything for registration.
Yeah. So anyway, it'll be who knows how many cars we'll get. And Brian, I'll call him back with a rough count of how many cars. It will not be open to the public. We will not open up the stands at all to let anybody sit in the grandstands whatsoever. It's strictly going to be for the racers to put their car on this new racing surface to see how it's going to be. Talked to a lot of people about the new surface and what they think about it, and everybody's excited. I think everybody wants to try it. And I think that, maybe we can get 30, 40 cars out there, I think, something like that, and test it out Thursday night. So anyway, just jump out there and get your picture on there if you want to really practice. But the next thing is we're going to cross-check it over to make sure you're registered on Salt City Racing because we got to have all that taken care of too. So let's see what the interest is on practice that Thursday night. I'm thinking maybe an hour and a half, taking about 4 cars at a time and let them go 3 or 4 laps about that time and rotate the cars in and out to give everybody a fair chance and shot to see how it is. And hopefully get a couple times each car can get out there and run through there in an hour and a half or whatever. We'll not turn the lights on, so we got to be done by sunset, that's for sure. I don't know, start at 6:30, something like that. We'll see how Mike's doing with track prep when he gets here. He'll be coming in Thursday afternoon to get started. Of course, we're going to start prepping the track on Tuesday. Start putting water on and stuff for that part from that standpoint too. So, got some chat line stuff.
We got some chats.
What do you got?
Getting more and more excited for opening day. Yep, so are we.
Track work looks awesome. Yes, it does.
It won't let me register. Wouldn't let me another track. John, give us a call, and I'll try to help you through that over the phone. Do sprint cars need to register with us being there with URSS? No, if you're registered with URSS, just put your picture up, and we'll go from there on that. So,
okay. What else we got? Okay, so get up there and register yourself. And because we've already registered quite a few people up there too to get that part. So, and when you look on the contest, there's a lot of excitement there in that contest between a lot of the racers and stuff from that part who's ready to put their post out there. A lot of people voting, and that's exciting to see that too from that part. So, okay, so it looks like Kyler might have got tied up or whatever from that part. And we will see what happens with Kyler and his stuff. If he can maybe call in here in a little bit and give us some updates on Dodge City. So anyway, so practice. Let's see what kind of a response we can get and make that happen. And we can see how many cars we can put on that racetrack and give a good car count back to Brian. I appreciate Brian being cooperative and working with us and helping us try to do that and put more than just 8 to 10 cars out there like we talked about before. So excited for that part and everything else too. So what have I left out, Nick?
I think that about covers it. Pretty excited. Went out to Hayes for 2 nights last week for the Spring Classic. They had a really good car count out there. Lots of cars, great racing. kind of just got me pumped up and ready for the race season. What about you?
You know, it was fun. It was a little chilly out there and stuff too, but yeah, always excited to go race, excited to go. I think that for the first race out of the deal out at Hayes, I think they did a great job out there. Chris and his crew put on a great show from that part. And as cold as it was, it's hard to see how that track will dial in. So, you know, the track's a little dusty on Friday, but you know what? That's I hate to be the one guessing on how much water to put on or not to put on or whatever from that part too.
Yeah. But you know, it was still good. It slicked up top to bottom and they were racing all over it. So
yeah,
couldn't complain about that.
Okay, so registration is open. Tickets, please jump on there, get your tickets bought. It's ready to go. To answer a few questions that come across the questions and stuff on there, I had a couple of people ask me, will you be able, if you buy a ticket, can you just take your phone over to ticket takers and scan the ticket and go right in? Yes, you do. You can print it if you want to. You don't have to. You can take your phone. The three ticket takers, two ticket takers inside the gate will have scanners there to scan those tickets and stuff. From that part, remember, I got to refresh everybody. We are going cashless, and here's why we're going cashless: strictly because I want to go back to the fair board with honest proof of how many people came through the gate. I want to be able to show the money went into the bank account to show that we did everything from that part. I want to be able to just have good bona fide numbers and that sort of thing. And of course, you know, we're going to be under scrutiny on how many people came through the gate, how many pit passes, and all that kind of stuff too. We got to pay that sales tax over there. Of course, some of that sales tax goes back into the fair board stuff too. So that's what it is. It's cashless there. Now, I will tell you, I did call Charlie on the concessions. They will be taking cash. That's their decision, not mine, from that part. So they'll be taking cash for you on your concession side of it. It's just going to be the tickets and the pit passes that we will be cashless, card only, to get in there and take care of that for you on that part. So as you can see, you can jump right in there and buy tickets and everything else too. Nick's got it up on the screen there. Click the button, buy it, hit it, and got it, and you got your ticket scanned and that sort of thing too. The thing I love about that too, let's say if you got it on your phone, it's there. If you take a printed copy ticket and you lose it, yeah, we can still scan it, reprint it, but we'll be able to keep track if you did use it or did not use it or whatever from that part by the scanning by the barcode of everything that's there to be bought and purchased and going. So Nick kind of walked through a few things there on the line there.
Yeah, so you can pretty much buy everything you need. So if you're going to have family that's going to be sitting in the grandstands, you can buy their tickets. And if you and a buddy are going to be in there in the pits working on your race car, you can buy it all in one hit and save you a lot of time when you get to the track on Friday night.
Okay. So anyway, if you want to practice the Thursday before, please jump out there, get your picture out there. Let's get a good, honest car count of how many people want to go. Had a lot of great pictures already and a lot of comments, a lot of people voting for that out there too. William Nusser kind of leading the pack on his cars, so that's pretty cool on that. We knew Nusser would do that, right? He's got a good fan base behind him and stuff too, and everything he's done for the help to kick off the racetrack and that sort of stuff too. So William, it looks like you've won probably most of your both classes probably, but from that part. But again, I think it's Brian's being very gracious on letting us put a few more cars out there than what we originally planned about. So let's see a good, honest count of how many people will show up and actually put their race car on the racetrack on that Thursday before. Guessing like 6:30, run for till dusk. 4 cars at a time, spread them out wide on the track. Let them go for 3-4 laps, something like that. Rotate the cars in and out from that part. Stage 1, stage in, kind of like when we do the heat race.
Yep.
Stage it up and that sort of thing too. From that part. So it'll be fun and exciting to just finally put some race cars on that racetrack and see how it's going to perform and what it's going to do. And then, Mike's not worried about it. So, maybe if there is something we can look and adjust, he says, I'll be able to see it with 2 cars, 3 cars, whatever, but it'd be fun to put a few more cars out there. So please get out there, put your picture on the page, and then please get registered over on my race pass to be eligible to be able to go practice on that Thursday. A couple other things I thought about too here, Nick, on the driver registration, there's the W-9 that's on there. You'll be able to print that off my race pass. You will not be able to upload it. You need to bring that to the racetrack for us. We will be paying cash that night after the races are over. So as soon as your class is over, we'll have it already pre-set up and ready to go. So, by the time you can get out of your race car and head to the pit window, you'll have your money because we'll have your money set up in it by the envelopes by each class. But we are going to double check to make sure you filled out your W-9 and we have it on file and you've completed everything you need to have before we're going to hand you that cash, racers. So you will get paid. Jump out of your race car, come to the pay window. We'll have every position filled out, ready to go with the cash in it, hand you your envelope, sign off on it, and away we go.
As long as you pass tech.
I guess so. I got to pass tech too, right? So Let's talk about tech a little bit. We've Alan, our tech guy, has spent a lot of time with Dave Brin. Of course, he was out there in Hayes with him too for the 2 days, going back and forth. And I'm going to tell you, racers, right now, if you're really flagrantly bad, yeah, you're probably going to get DQ. But I'm not going to get that crucial. I already told Alan that too. We're not going to get that tight, that hard on the situation. If you're trying or whatever, we're going to have a lot of forgiveness on that segment. But anything flagrant or really blatantly cheating, yeah, I hate to tell you, you're going to get it. But other than that, we're going to be very easy, very relaxed on the situation. Talk a lot about what to change for the next week following and that kind of thing too. And I think I got Kyler calling in here finally. So let's see if this is Kyler real quick.
It is. Sorry, I've been busy.
Trying to get things ready here. Opening day, and I seen your text come through, so I apologize.
That's all right. We know we're back burner here, so that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, I know you're getting busy, Kyler. You got a big 2-day deal coming up Friday and Saturday. So let everybody. We kind of teased everybody a little bit in what we know about your 2-day event coming up, but rattle off what times, classes, all that good stuff.
Yeah, you bet. So hey, we're going to be racing an open practice tomorrow night, starting at 6 o'clock. We're going to go till 9, and then Friday we're going to be racing at 7 o'clock, both Friday and Saturday. Gates opening at 5 o'clock. A little bit of cold weather up north, up in Harlan, Iowa, so they canceled the 305 Race Saver show up there. So got a bunch of calls today, and we got Shaylee Bade coming down and Stu Snyder. So we're going to have a bunch more sprint cars that we weren't planning on. And we were already at 34 pre-registered. I think we're going to hit that 40, 45 mark. So that'll be very cool to do that for our season opener.
You'll have a C feature probably, won't you? I'm just kidding.
We already have 2 Bs, but yeah, can you believe? I mean, it's been a while since we've had out in Western Kansas. We've had to run a C feature.
Well, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Track's coming together real nice. Chad and his crew are out on the track right now, and we've been flooding it, and it's looking awesome. He's got a really good shape to it. He's pretty pleased with the way it's looking. We got rid of our berm on the bottom, and we're going back to some infield tires, which not completely for those infield tires. They do cause some damage, but we went with a smaller truck tire, like a semi tire. So hopefully just move it out of the way. But our hopes are that it'll push them up a little bit and widen out that racetrack a little bit instead of running that berm all night long.
So did you paint those tires black, or what color did you paint them, Kyler?
they're freshly painted white, but if
Just
I have
kidding.
time and the weather cooperates, I'm going to paint them bright yellow. I've seen that at a track, and I'm going to try to paint them bright yellow. So,
Well, you may need to paint them bright yellow for our driver.
we ain't gonna jinx you to put 3J on one of them.
Yeah.
But no, it's coming together, guys, and we're it's been a whirlwind doing Hutch and now Dodge and or Hutch and Dodge together, and it's been exciting. We're still honored to be part of the Hutch deal. It's just a little overwhelming this week trying to get our season opener. You'll soon find out here in a few weeks how stressful it actually is going to get, Nick. So,
we got this guy named Kyler who's going to help us quite a bit with that, okay?
Let's go.
Hey, if I'm a spectator and I want to come watch Friday or Saturday, you got some times and stuff when we should be there, all that kind of stuff and everything?
Yeah, once again, $10 on Friday night, $15 on Saturday. Gates will open at 5 o'clock. Racing starts at 7 o'clock. So, sprint cars, it's a one show format through the weekend. So on Friday night we'll be running heats and qualifiers, and then on Saturday we'll be running at least 2 B features, and then we're going to be running a full shuffle, which is going to be pretty cool to line up for the A for the top 10 that locked themselves in night one out of points. So do a little bit of things different here, and it's going to be a pretty fun deal.
So, hey, Kyler, so explain to the people that are listening, and you kind of explained it to me, and I think I understand it, but explain the pole shuffle and how that works, because you explained it to me. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, so we did this a couple years ago in Waukegan with sprint cars, and it was awesome. I felt like we needed to do it for the Sprint Car National deal. So we'll take the top 10 in points, what we'll do is 9 and 10th, we'll go out on the track. We'll start a car in 1 and 2, and we'll start a car in 3 and 4. And it's by times. They have 2 laps. So it's kind of a knockout deal. Whoever has the fastest time will stay out on the racetrack. And whoever he knocks out, say he knocks out 9th place, he'll go out at 10th, and so on and so on. So it's a way for the driver to move up to the pole if he doesn't. Ty Williams did that at Waukegan a few years ago. Started like 7th and made his way to the pole.
Does he get a pit stop when he hits? Does he get a pit stop when he hits up to position 5 from 10?
Unfortunately not. Because it's just his crew was asking me that. I do remember that, but no, it's going to go pretty quick. It's a lot of fun.
So if you're 10th, you better roll out with a new tire in that right rear if you think about you're going to stay out there the whole time, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about that. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? So, if you've been out there and you've knocked 2 or 3 guys off, well, now your tire's kind of warmed up and your tire's kind of going. So maybe that's an advantage over making a pit stop and changing it. I don't know. Depends on the track conditions, probably.
That very well could be. But, we know a guy or two that sells new Hoosier tires. So we'll try to sell some tires to that deal.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the pole shuffle will happen on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that happened right before intermission. We'll have our B features before intermission, and it's just going to be a fun format.
All right. What all you racing Friday? Because I know you're racing something. You're racing different classes Friday versus Saturday too, right? So what else you racing besides the sprint cars?
So on Friday night, we're running the hobby stocks and the sport mods with the sport compacts. And on Saturday, we're racing the A mods. And then we're racing the stock cars and then the crazy cruisers.
Crazy cruisers. Phil and I are bringing a crazy cruiser.
Okay.
We're going to get Gus to drive.
Some more buses. We're going to run crazy buses.
Oh.
Ooh, let's do it.
Got seatbelts required in a bus?
Only for the driver. Passengers, they just hold on.
Just hold on.
I don't know. I think maybe I'd like my chances more as a passenger than the driver.
I don't know. No,
Depends on
not
who's
me.
driving.
No, I want the wheel, buddy. I want the wheel and the accelerator is what I want. And the brake.
The bus that I recently purchased was set up as a party bus. So the seats are all turned sideways and there's cup holders every so often. And it's got disco lights in there and you can have a party.
No, I'll just sit in there and have a cocktail and go around the racetrack.
That's right.
Okay, so fun times at Dodge City. Ready to go Friday, Saturday night. Don't miss it. Want to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sounds like, and a lot of sprint cars and stuff too. We'll be out there Saturday, Kyler, to see what we can do too. Hey, push trucks. I'm getting some questions about that. We got to get some push trucks lined up for Hutch yet, correct?
Yeah. So I recently just bought a push truck, a push blazer. So we'll be able to bring that and have that out there. And I think we're going to have 4 or 5 guys coming to Hutch to push for us in Hutch. So that'll be kind of a cool deal. That's a big track to iron in. So we're getting everybody geared up. We've got a couple record trucks coming. So we can get everybody off the track fast when we need to, keep the show flowing at Hutch. That's one thing we pride ourselves on here at Dodge. We got a great safety crew, which we're taking over to Hutch with us, and they know their stuff, and they work good with our record crews. So, I'm not saying there's ever times where wrecks don't take a little longer maybe than they should, just extra little precaution if the driver's in a predicament that maybe requires that. But, 99% of our wrecks out here probably are just kind of hook up and goes, and the driver's fine thanks to all the good safety equipment they have. That stuff's came a long way with the HONS devices and all that. So very seldomly do we really need to ever get really crazy with a wreck, but it does happen. And when it does happen, we're prepared, and we've got the best crew, I believe, in motorsports right now to take care of that.
100%.
Fantastic. So Kyler, excited for you for Friday, Saturday, but then I hate to tell you, kind of excited about the 25th and 26th, what I'm kind of getting excited about too. So Kyler, I know you're busy. I know you're getting ready to go. Excited to see you out there Saturday night and have fun Friday. We'll be watching on Racing Dirt, right?
On Racing Dirt. All the shows at Dodge City will be live on Racing Dirt except for the 2 ASCS shows, and they will be on Dirt Vision. And, it's going to be a great season.
Okay, buddy, we got to kind of recap things up and make things happen from their part. So Kyler, again, thanks for joining us. Thanks for everything you're doing to keep this track moving and get it forward in the right process and stuff too. Can't thank you enough for everything you're doing to help us get this going.
No, I appreciate you guys, and I haven't talked to Scott, but I think we're going to go out there here in the next week and get the new loop put in and get that all fired up and ready to go, and new lights in turn 4. We need to get wired in, so there's just things that are moving, and we'll start seeing a lot more progress and probably a lot more pictures of Hutch in the next coming week or two too. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
All right, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening. Get some sleep if you can, because you're going to need it.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. We'll see you guys.
See you, buddy. Okay, for those tuning in, real quick, kind of a recap coming up is practice. We've decided to see how many cars really want to come practice on that Friday. We had the contest for the top 2 of each class, and called Brian over the fair today, talked to him about possibly putting more cars out there. So I really want to know the interest of what people want to come practice on that Thursday, probably 6:30 for till dusk. Put 4 cars on at a time, run 3 or 4 laps, pull them off, pull somebody else in, have a stage up on the inside ready to go as cars are going on and off to keep it moving. And we'll go till dusk. We're not going to turn the lights on or anything else too from that part. So if you want to practice, make sure you're registered on My Race Pass. Make sure you put your picture out on Salt City Racing on that post we put out there and say that you want to come put your car on the racetrack and go practice. So it'll be, and we get us a good car count so I can let Brian know how many cars we're going to go. And Mr. Nusser, I know you're winning everything else too. You're going to get to go there, but I think it's really, at this point, I think it's great. We put a few more cars out there and stuff too. So Nusser, you're got the voice. I don't know if anybody, well, I guess somebody could beat him. Still got a little time, but he's got the car count pretty well dialed in on that part. So good for you, William. Thank you again for everything you've done to keep this track moving and going, shaking. But now it's time for you to go race and see how many race wins you can pull off over there in Hutch. I know you're going to run a couple different classes and stuff too. So excited for that. So chat line's all caught up. Anybody got any questions real quick, real fast? We're going to run through these sponsors one last time, because we couldn't do none of this without all these guys helping us put this thing together from that part. And remember, everybody, we need to fill these stands. We need to show this fair board they voted the 13-0 to race, that they voted the correct way to keep this racetrack up and moving from that part. So again, thank you all for watching. Thanks for all listening. Thanks for the chat line. And again, any questions you might have or whatever, jump on our webpage and send an email in, or call us here at the store and ask for me or Nick. We'll gladly take your call when we can. And don't forget, get on My Race Pass, get your ticket spot, get things ready to go for the first night on that part. So any question whatsoever, let us know. We'd love to help you. And one more time, Murphy Tractor and Equipment, Curtis and Dan, those guys have been fantastic bringing us all that great equipment out there to help us get this track maintained. Mike Van Ginderen did a heck of a job redoing that track. Talked to a lot of people about the track, and they're excited to see it. So I think it's going to be fun to put a lot of cars out there, Nick.
Yeah, I think so too. And it just looks great. I've never seen it like that before, and I'm just so excited to see cars go around it. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Richardson Brothers Construction, John and Ross Richardson, you guys have been fantastic to help us over there, put everything together. The big John Deere out there too is exciting. You've got us a lot of partnerships set up and things too. So Richardson Brothers Construction, thank you very much. Hampel Oil, helping us out with a little bit of fuel and stuff like that too. Ox Equipment and Andale Construction got the walls poured today. Evans Construction is going to put a little labor in there, help us get those walls up and that sort of thing too. So appreciate all those guys, Mike and everything from Ox Equipment. And also BG Products there. Again, great partnership we have here with Mel, and they have come to join forces on Salt City Racing. And they're going to have some different things they want to do at the racetrack too, for us too from that part. Agri Center, side-by-sides. Hey, yes, we're picking the first one up tomorrow to head it to Dodge City for the EMT and fire. So, Ryan, thank you immensely for everything there on that part. Zener Electric, he's coming out there tomorrow with us. We got to do a little rewiring and do a little switch up stuff and everything else too. So Dusty Moore and his crew from Zener, thank you very, very much. And of course, Construction Rentals, we're going to put some lights on the back straightaway to keep everything light up. Fair guys, the maintenance guys don't think we need it, but racers, I want to make sure you can see what's going on and everything else too from that part. So
can't have too many lights.
Can't. Got to make it bright and light and ready to go. So again, thank everybody very much for watching, listening. Thanks for all the great comments and everything you need. Anything you need, please call, text. Call the cell phone number that's on the Salt City Racing webpage. If you got any questions whatsoever, but please, everybody, get out there and get your cars registered on My Race Pass. And please get out there and buy those tickets so we can get ready to go and have a fun night on the opening night on April the 26th.
It's almost here.
Anything
Let's
else
go.
to leave out or anything else like that?
I think we've covered it. Until next week.
Till next week, next Wednesday, again, 6:00, we will go live. We will cover anything we need to talk about, any updates we might have. I'm sure we'll have some more updates next week on anything that's progressed and that sort of stuff too. So everybody, keep the questions coming, keep the things happening, and we'd love to hear from you and hear any comments or anything you might have to help us keep this racetrack moving. And let's make sure we fill those stands and keep this fair board that they voted correctly to keep racing. So everybody have a great night. We'll talk to you next live and next Wednesday, 6:00.